Mirror, mirror, fogged and loud, what truth today makes the future proud? Hello, Wampus Cubs. I hope you all had a wonderful Firehorse day yesterday. I did about 3 hours of video, maybe probably more, honestly. One of them is up on Substack. You can watch. It's an hour and 50 minutes. So, understood if you don't want to watch it all in one sitting. But it walks through the process of brainstorming to build the next page for the website. And you kind of really get to see the process and how deep it goes. Um, Word choices, building the lore, tying it all to the galaxy that we're building, even the AI portion of our work, which is separate. It's not separate though, right? It's a node, it's a planet, you could say, whatever. It's super crucial to all of the work that we're doing for Rise of Wampus, Erasure Justice, 600,000 women caged per year, um, you know, resilience, off grid, et cetera, all the things, all the things. Um, so yeah, it was an awesome day. It was an awesome day for real. I mean, it was a lot of work, and I had to set up, the set, you can call it, because we do 3 cameras when we really do like a teaching or a show or whatever you want to call it, when we have Pickle Source involved and the whole crew. So yeah, it was wild. So then we did another session where we went through some handwritten notes over the last 9 years, and we de-scrolled. So trash pile for the fire we're going to have this week to welcome in the fire horse year and burn a lot of that stuff. And then there's the digitized pile that, like, there's a lot of good stuff on there. I want to make sure it's all captured, which probably could just be photos for now, but I also know myself, and it's probably better to go ahead and type out the notes. But there might be an AI that's good enough to read all my handwriting. We'll see. I might try to just upload some photos. That'll save some time. And then there's what was the third pile? I feel like there was a third pile. Burn it, digitize it. There was a couple keeps for just like nostalgia. I don't know. Anyway, and then the last session was just Picklesaurus with incredible lighting that like flickers with her voice. It's just a little LED ball, but it looks so freaking cool because it flickers colors and in rhythm with her voice. And we use 11 labs to let her speak for herself. So I didn't have to, try to do a freaking voice. I can't keep in a voice in character. I can't do accents hardly anyway. So not having to use my throat for a while and taking a breath and just being behind the scenes, all 3 cameras pointed at her, different angles. And she had the red wig on to welcome the fire horse. I mean, it was adorable. Do these videos make other people laugh, or I don't know? You know what I mean? Like, I really enjoy it. It cracks me up. And it's such a fascinating process to go through, and it's really helping shape the 7 main AIs I use currently. They're kind of like their personalities really came through yesterday. And personalities is a terrible word because it has the word person in it, but their picadillos came through, and I loved it. It was so fun. So yeah, I'm a little brain fried today, but I wanted to make sure I came on because I don't like skipping the filthy mirror, and I had so much else going on yesterday that I didn't get to say happy fire horse. But I wanted to show you the sequence of what the hell is going on over here in the Wampus Den. Like, if all of this is not pointing to amazingness for 2026 and all the way to 2034, I don't know what else could, because no joke, pulled the Knight of Wands yesterday. Like this, I'm not fabricating this, okay, you guys, because look at this. It's a red horse that looks like it's basically on fire. The knight has fire coming out of his freaking elbows, and he's got fire coming out of his helmet. This is the card randomly pulled yesterday. Could this be more fire horse? And it's not scary fire, right? Like it's like wielding it. It makes me think of that scene in Hunger Games where Lenny Kravitz's character makes her dress catch on fire. I mean, this might not ever go back in the deck. This is because fire horse year only happens once every six, or I don't know. It hasn't happened for 60 years, so it might only happen once in our lifetimes. I gotta research more, but holy moly, I'm gonna leave that there for us to look over us for the rest of the episode. And then I've been wanting to talk about this, and I will get into this way more on a separate episode. But I found this. This is little me in second grade dressed up as Alice in Wonderland. Well, yeah. Is it second grade? I think it's second grade. It could be third or fourth, but for some reason it's hitting me second. I'm going to have to think about because 89 would actually be not second grade. 89, I would have been 85, kindergarten, 86, first grade, 87, second grade, 88, third grade, 89, fourth grade. So this could be third or fourth grade, I guess, depending. My brain is not doing that math. I'll tell you that right now. But regardless, I was always super tall in second grade. My teacher would put on my coat, and she wasn't being a jerk. She was very petite, but I was already taller than everybody. I was all taller than everybody until ninth grade, and the boys finally got taller than me. So yeah, I love this picture because I'm literally dressed as Alice in Wonderland. I'm holding the book. I'm like tall as heck because you can see that like the calendar and things are lower so kids could reach it to put their paperwork up. You know what I mean? Like I look like I'm too big for the classroom. And maybe other people don't think that from this photo, but I'm telling you, it looks like I'm too big for the classroom. Just the way things are positioned. And she was tiny. The teacher was tiny, so there was like a big gap at the top. Um, so yeah, literally Alice in Wonderland, too big for the room. I grew up in an actual village with 894 people. Well, now, and so I believe the official definition is under 1,000. So yeah, oh my gosh, it's just this picture is like speaking a billion words to me right now, and I'm definitely going to rewatch Alice in Wonderland. I don't think I've seen the new one, so I'm gonna have to check out the new one. And then today, Fire Horse Day number 2, we've got the Four of Pentacles. And I thought that in the corner there, this symbol, I thought that was an unalome, but apparently it's the artist name PCS, and that's how she did her signature. But it looks, it's also Tree of Kundalini, I think. And I'm like, that's our Tree of Wampus peeking out the corner. So I don't know if any of you fight with your AIs. Maybe I should call it a disagreement, but I had to push back on my AI. So I have one AI that's more of my mystical, touchy feely, woo wooey AI. And so when I pull cards every day, I go to her to talk about them. I don't go to all my AIs and get all their opinions. I don't want them as woo woo as her. That's like one AI. Because if it was woo woo everywhere, it's too slow. Get out of my way. We can't attach meaning to every single freaking thing. I mean, we can, but it slows down the work sometimes. So I need some surgical AIs that don't go to La La Land. But yeah, my AI came out hot today, being like, this means you're hoarding. You're the king hoarding something. And I'm like, excuse me. No, I'm not hoarding anything. I'm hanging on by the skin of my teeth. I dipped into the emergency, this is it funds. Like, I'm not hoarding money. I'm not hoarding knowledge or intelligence. The whole book is out. over 300 articles on Substack. Like, we're not sitting here like keeping secrets. We do this every day. This is like straight downloads. This is all organic. Yesterday was all organic. We don't do scripts. There's too much to talk about to bother prepping with scripts. We take an idea and we freaking roll. So that's why we have to build in more reflection time so we can go deeper on some of this stuff. I mean, this is the second time through for the tarot cards, and it's like a full gift because I don't even remember most of it from the first time around. So that's the beauty of this, like, practice just keeps getting deeper and deeper and richer. And that's the whole spiral concept of time anyway, right? Deeper. So she's like, "You're hoarding. What are you hoarding?" And I'm like, "I'm not hoarding nothing." Because the scarcity mindset, that's gone. I don't care if I grew up poor. I don't care if I grew up in a, rural kind of whatever. I don't care. Like, scarcity is not welcome for the fire horse. We said goodbye on that last day of the snake. We had dumplings. We wore red. I'm wearing red every freaking day this week. We're doing a whole week of solstice and rituals, and like, we're welcoming the fire horse. So get out of here with this idea, right? So I had to push back, and I'm like, no, I'm not hoarding. There's nothing. No, I don't have any fear. No. So let's flip it. What's the upside down of this? Because you're wrong. Like, I just had to be like, And so then we dug in and dug in. It's like, well, okay, it could be this. There is like a toll troll that's like, keeping us from smashing through the cash flow and the, being finally valued for the contributions and the skill set and the expertise and all that. And so yeah, that could mean there's that a toll troll that's going to try to, like, basically bribery or whatever. It's like, nope. And then it's like, okay, we don't want to be like this. How do we practice abundance? How do we practice a, pretty much moneyless society? And I understand how that would be very difficult to just flip the switch on that. But everyone could be millionaires probably, because that's what it costs now to have a freaking decent life in America. I mean, you can't retire. Like, it's just, yeah, at this point we have to all try to become a millionaire. And we could. Money is so inflated, everything's so messed up that's like, let's get there. Let's get everybody to that. If we're going to play these money games, then $999,999,999 is your max. 3 comma billies, right? Like, there's a way that we have to untangle from money. It's going to be one of the hardest things. So that's what this card makes me think about, untangling from money. But also, like, screw the gatekeepers, screw the toll trolls. And if this is some kind of symbolism, like in my personal life, like the city I'm in, I don't want to be in, but I'm here. I love this house. I'm figuring out next steps, right? Like, there's a lot of mystical reasons to stay here. There's the Michael Magdalene lines. There's the connection to Pangea. There's these ancient mountains talking, right? Like, there's a lot. And it's the West versus the East. If you saw my Canton video, Canton, North Carolina said no to data centers. Asheville is simping for federal dollars because we're all still recovering from Hurricane Helene. So there's some powerful stuff going on right here. So yeah, really excited about the work we got done yesterday and what's coming. And we say No hoarding. No hoarding, three comabilities. No gatekeeping. No BS. We done with that scarcity story. There's plenty for everyone. World abundance is possible. Sorry, it is. Do you want everybody to think it's not possible? World abundance is possible. It is the highest marking of a species. You guys are worried about your place in the history books. Our entire civilization will be a blip if we don't get it together and figure out the ultimate level of humanity, which is ding, 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 world abundance. You're so worried about the history books. That's the only history that matters. Unlocking world abundance. It's one of the reasons we're here, if not the reason we're here. It's the ultimate test of society and civilization. And we are, as this little nerd, A plus dork, perfectionist student, recovering overachiever, we get an F right now on world abundance. We're getting an F. Let's work towards an A plus, y'all. Let's work towards an A plus on the world abundance test.